Your Majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for always returning. Thank you so much for your show of love. Thank you so much for all that you do for this community to keep growing. Hope you're well in all your ways and you're loving yourself and others like always, and you're living your life according to your own way, and you're being fulfilled, Your Majesties, in all that you do, because it is important as we journey through this life struggles. All right, today I would want us to talk about you know we talk about something Muhammad Ali said in his earlier days. He asked, "Mother, how come is everything white?" And the answer that was given to him is what we're going to deliberate upon today. Because of course, when you talk about the melanated, things does not just end here. And I keep saying that we wouldn't be tired. We wouldn't be tired of creating this awareness within ourselves or outside of ourselves. We wouldn't be tired of rechanging the notions that have been created in our heads that melanated is of evil. Of course, that is what from ages past the world have held, that anything black is evil, anything black is bad, anything black is ugly, and the white is always the savior, the messiah, the angels, the beautiful things, and the rest of them.
And I always ask my bathrooms in heaven. So anyway, I was always curious. I always wondered why. You know, Tarzan is the king of the jungle in Africa. He was white. White man. I saw this white man swinging around Africa with a diaper on, hollering. Oh! Do you all see Tarzan over here? Right. Tarzan? And all the Africans, so he's beating them up and breaking the lion's jaw. And here's Tarzan talking to the animals, and the Africans been there for centuries, and he can't talk to the animals. Only Tarzan can talk to the animals. I always wondered why. And Miss America was always white. All the beautiful brown women in America, beautiful suntans, beautiful shapes, all type complexions, but she always was white. And Miss World was always white. And Miss Universe was always white. And then they got some stuff called White House cigars, White Swan soap, King White soap, White Cloud tissue paper, White Rain hair rinse, White Tornado flow wax. Everything was white. And the angel food cake was the white cake, and the devil food cake was the chocolate cake. I said, Mama, why is everything white? I always wondered, you know, and the president lived in the White House. And Mary had a little lamb, his feet as white as snow, and Snow White. And everything was white. Santa Claus was white. And everything bad was black. The little ugly duckling was the black duck, and the black cat was the bad luck. And if I threaten you, I'm gonna blackmail you. I said, Mama, why don't they call it white mail? They lie too. I was always curious, and then this is when I knew something was wrong. Won the Olympic gold medal in Rome, Italy. Olympic champion, the Russian standing right here, and the Pole right here. Is Poland considered a communist country?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm defeating America's so-called threats or enemies. And the flag is going dun 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 dun. I'm standing so proud. Dun 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 dun. And I done whooped the world for America. Dun 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 dun. I took my gold medal, thought I'd invented something. I said, man, I know I'm going to get my people freedom now. I'm the champion of the whole world, the Olympic champion. I know I can eat downtown now. And I went downtown that day, had my big old medal on, and went to restaurants. At that time, black things wasn't integrated. The black folks couldn't eat downtown. And I went downtown, I sat down. And I said, a cup of coffee, hot dog. He said, the lady said, we don't serve Negroes. I was so mad. I said, I don't eat them either. Just give me a couple of hamburgers. I said, I'm the Olympic gold medalist. 3 days ago, I fought for this country in Rome. I won the gold medal, and I'm going to eat. The manager, I heard her tell the manager, and he said, well, I'm not the man. Now he's got to go out. Anyway, I didn't raise no money to put me out. And I had to leave that restaurant in my hometown where I went to church and served in their Christianity and fought, and daddy fought in all the wars. Just won the gold medal and couldn't eat downtown. I said, something's wrong.
Your Majesties, you heard that? And there's something I want to take your mind to. We don't serve Negroes. We don't serve the melanated. Alright? The melanated serve us instead. The Negroes serve us. Remember the Jim Crow laws? I'm going to take your mind back to a whole lot of things right now, Your Majesties. Because up until now, this hasn't ended. They just revamped it. Right? They just refurnished it. They just sugarcoat it so it looks so sweet. It's still happening till today. They never serve the melanated. They never serve the Negroes. Remember that time, I think it was recently, when in Mississippi it was like they're gonna bring back the law, the Jim Crow law, and a lot of persons came up online and were like, when this comes back, it's not gonna be funny in this age and time where there's human rights, where there's equality and the rest of them, and what have you. And when I saw it, deep within me, already as a person that I am, I knew deep within myself that these people will never bring themselves to love you, the Negroes, the Hebrew Israelites, the melanated. They will not just do that. It's not because that is what they want. It's because that is it. There's enmity between our seed and their seed. You get the point? So even when you see them so beautiful towards you, so loving and the rest of them, you have to be on your guard. Because something is coming behind that. It's so beautiful and loving and everything. Alright, Your Majesties? Now, what are those laws? You don't eat where the white eats. As a melanated, as a Negro. You don't urinate where they do. You don't bathe where they do. You don't stand. When they are standing up, you have to be kneeling down. When they are sitting down, you have to be standing up. When they talk, you don't talk. You have just to be servants towards them. And that is why you heard that word. We don't serve Negroes. This is America, where there should be human rights exercised. This is America that is coming to our cable land to teach us what human right is. Alright? This is America, where the melanated is seen as nothing important. As nothing important. We don't serve Negroes. Is seen in the system, in the educational system, is seen how the melanated children are outrightly abused by their children. They insult them, call them names that are unthinkable, and they go scot-free. Yes, nothing happens because it's normal. How is it not normal? When they grow and we're taught that when you see a Negro, you see a melanated, you've seen someone who don't deserve life. Alright? And why all this? Why all this? I gave you reasons to it. There was a clip I showed you last time, and I might leave it here. And there is another one which I would want you to take a look at. Then you will see the reason why we have been hated all the while. You see the reason why we will never be loved genuinely by these people, your majesties. Just take a look at this.
Why do we see a pattern of discrimination, suppression, and prejudice against Black Africans? And even that pattern lingers to this day. What's the made-up hostility the white European and Arabs felt toward Black Africans? Historically speaking, it was due to the superiority the Black Africans have had since the start of civilization. Black Africans were the richest of the rich, living in gold cities and making the world jealous. That's where non-Black people, with an inferiority complex, decided to portray Black Africans as inferior. But how? Well, it was done by using their dark complexion, plump lips, and woolly hair. Yes, they felt a threat so striking that they declared Black Africans a backward, inferior race. All their struggle was to show how uncivilized Black Africans were so they could teach them how civilized people like them live. That's where the wicked journey against Black Africans started. Today, even if everyone stays silent, history speaks too loud to be avoided. But the real focus should be this question: why do non-Blacks see Black Africans as a threat? And why does this same feeling prevail even today? The first reason why non-Black felt threatened was Black Africans' physical superiority. Historically and even today, Black people are the strongest humans on Earth. And this strength manifests itself in their physical charisma, which is hidden from nobody. Non-Blacks knew if Blacks were allowed to participate in their matters, they would eventually dominate what they held dear. Therefore, Blacks were left in the whirlpool of a new fabricated system. Non-Blacks, like the European colonizer, made it a social culture to enslave Blacks. Since they couldn't compete with Blacks in terms of strength, doing physical work was deemed inferior. Instead, someone who could do sophisticated jobs was considered civilized. And these civilized were then seen fit to be kings and rulers. Simply, Blacks were pulled out of the power equation. You see, non-Black changed the system which graded people. Physical superiority was deemed inferior as compared to being delicate and fragile, which was considered superior. Since European colonizers were weak and delicate themselves, they propagated this as a sign of delicacy. In the writing of Greek philosophers like Aristotle, it could be seen that he considered slaves as people born to be subjected. And don't forget, most enslaved people were Black in those days. Aristotle said that these slaves should work for their Greek masters so the masters could have leisure. Without any hesitation, Black people were considered lesser. Even different and brutal punishments were made for Black slaves because it was considered that enslaved people were less sensitive to pain. This takes us to the second reason for the threat, which is genetic annihilation.
Your Majesties, did you hear that? I hope you understood it for yourself. Leave your comment and thought there at the section, and I'll see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive, always, always. Bye for now.